deal, supposedly offering the right back £325,000 per week, which would put him in line with Mohamed Salah's wages. If Salah, who is also out of contract in 2025, also decides to stay, Liverpool will have two players on the Forbes highest-paid soccer players list. There's now talk that Liverpool and Alexander-Arnold are confident of securing a deal too. That certainly suggests that a contract in that region is very possible. Salah was named as number 8 on this year's list, said to be earning $35 million on the pitch and $18 million off the pitch, working with brands such as Vodafone, Mountain View Egypt, Pepsi, and Adidas, as well as accumulating almost 100 million followers across Facebook, X, and Instagram. Assuming that Alexander-Arnold earns more than £3.5 million in merchandising, which, considering he is a main face of Adidas, making it highly likely, he would almost certainly make next year's list. If Liverpool retain both of these key players, they could join Real Madrid and Manchester City by having two players on the Forbes list. In a new report from Marca, Trent Alexander-Arnold is considered one name that appears above all others, and Liverpool apparently know that Trent is not going to renew his contract, so there may be talks of a potential transfer in January. This would enable Liverpool to receive a significant amount of money for the right-back, but it would leave the Reds with limited time to find a replacement if Connor Bradley was not favored by Arne Slot for the role in the long term. The club will be working hard behind the scenes to secure Trent's services beyond this season, but he can begin negotiations of his own with rival clubs from January 1st, and the prospect of Liverpool receiving a fee for Trent may be enticing if negotiations collapse. Liverpool's contract talks with Trent Alexander-Arnold have taken another twist per multiple reports. The Reds have a timeline set. Both Dave O'Seacop and Give Me Sport claim that Trent Alexander-Arnold and Liverpool are confident of an agreement soon. The two parties are engaged in contract talks, with the Scousers' deal expiring in June. T means Alexander-Arnold can agree a pre-contract with a non-English club from January 1st. Real Madrid are strongly linked with a move, and a report from Marca this week suggested they were on the verge of doing just that. In fact, that report went as far as claiming that Liverpool knew that Alexander-Arnold wouldn't sign a new deal. Their decision was supposedly just whether to hold on to him until the end of the campaign or sell in the winter. But now these new claims suggest that's not true. Instead, both the Reds and their vice-captain are progressing well on a deal, and Liverpool even have a timeline in mind. One of the players Liverpool are reportedly interested in signing is Loic Bade. Now at first glance, the Sevilla defender doesn't seem like an obvious replacement for Van Dijk. Bade has played most of his career as a right-sided centre-back. He is right-footed and seems to be more comfortable in that position. But he is also someone who is capable of playing on the left. During his last stint in League One while playing for Rennes, Bade was often used in the left-sided centre-back role, and he flourished, catching the attention of Sevilla and earning a lucrative move. And now he's become one of the best defenders in La Liga, winning 78.79% of his defensive duels in the league, according to Wisecout. Given the uncertainty surrounding Trent's future, the club have begun looking at the different options they could turn to at right-back. According to his new report in The Independent, journalist Miguel Delaney believes Liverpool are assessing Chelsea right-back Josh Akpom. While Real Madrid are the team most interested in the 18-year-old, both Newcastle United and Tottenham Hotspur joined Liverpool scouts at England's U20 matches this week to look more closely at the young international. The Athletic are reporting that Chelsea have apparently banned Liverpool's scouts from watching their youth games. The report states that accreditation requests for academy games at Chelsea's Cobham Training Centre have been rejected in the past month, reportedly due to Liverpool's signing of Ngumoha. Liverpool have one choice with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Anything else would be criminal. Liverpool's academy starlet, who has reached levels that no one could have predicted, is on the verge of possibly leaving the club this season. Trent Alexander-Arnold's contract extension negotiations have been unsuccessful so far, and from January 1st, he can actively consider moves away from the club. While all Liverpool fans are still incredibly hopeful that Trent will renew his contract and remain a huge part of the club for years to come, the reality at this stage is that he may well be destined to leave. It is already reckless from the club that Trent has not received improved terms yet, and it would be unthinkable to suggest that negotiations have only started now. It is likely that this decision has been postponed by Trent for quite some time now. At 26 years old, the Scouse right back has the world at his feet, possessing a world-class ability that makes him such a prized possession that he would slot straight into practically every team in the world. Subsequently, Trent knows his worth, and while some current reports suggest that he is hoping to stay, others suggest that he is open to a move elsewhere to showcase his ability for a new club for the first time in his career. The myth that Trent can't defend still lingers amongst some fan bases and pundits, and yet he has won everything there is to win in club football for Liverpool. His defensive stats are vastly improved from previous years, and he still has the ambition and drive to be that bit more stable, working with Arne Slot this season in a more brutal fashion than he has before. His attacking numbers have broken countless records for Liverpool, as he looks almost destined to be Liverpool's defender with the most goal contributions in the club's history, and his Premier League legacy is threatened only by his teammate Andy Robertson. And his underutilization for England is no more, having featured in all 4 of the games this season under interim manager Lee Carsley, taking home the Man of the Match award on all 3 of the occasions where one was given out. Whilst Irish international Conor Bradley has risen up the ranks over the past 12 months, it is integral that Liverpool keep Trent at Anfield. His talent is unrivaled. He is undoubtedly a world-class asset and has been for a number of years now. And the significance of a move to a rival club cannot be understated. The Reds have had plenty of outstanding players over the years, and the academy has been responsible for many of them. Homegrown talents should be an essential part of the teams that they originate from, and the prospect of not seeing Trent captaining Liverpool at some point seems wrong. Some players are sent on loan in order to grow and gain the necessary experience to play at the highest level. Others are sold because they don't fit into the manager's philosophy. If Trent were to leave, even despite the best wishes of fans and pundits, then it would show a clear inability for the club to keep hold of their greatest assets. And yet, as uncertainty grows around Trent's long-term future, Liverpool find themselves in a dangerous position that the club is single-handedly at fault for. Whilst January 1st is the date from which Trent can negotiate with potential suitors, his contract is not formally up until June 2025. This puts the club in an impossible dilemma. Real Madrid, alongside most clubs in world football, would jump at the chance of signing the right back, and when the January transfer window opens, the possibility opens up of securing a fee for the player's departure. This would obviously negate the likelihood of any further negotiations, but as per Marca's most recent report, Liverpool are well aware of the fact that Trent isn't going to renew his contract, so Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards may be fighting a lost cause.